Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Okay, I've got to get down the distance first. So please take your seats. We'll get started. Well, that was quick. Okay. Welcome. My name is Jim Clenny. I am blessed as a Navy veteran and a citizen of this community of Sierra Vista to have been asked to introduce tonight's honorees. As background, I was a Navy Fleet Marine Corpsman, keep down the applause. I got out and decided I would never go back. Then I got my commission and went back and retired several years later. I moved here in July of 1999 and raised my children here. I still live with my first wife. That's a good thing. We have been impacted by many of the honorees on a daily basis, on an annual basis. So I'm very proud to introduce them tonight to you. One of the things that I did when I was asked to come here and do this is to gather where I connected with these honorees. I was amazed. I was amazed at the connections that we had, either serving in the same place, they served my family, things like that. And I'm very thankful for that. Okay, I'm going to announce the elements of the program that you all should have. Hopefully I will announce them in the correct order at the correct times. There are people around here with long hooks to pull me off if I go too far. So stand by. So we will begin. Will you please rise for the posting of the colors by the Tombstone High School JROTC color guard.
March time. March. Left turn. March. Present. Colors. Permission to post the colors.
Permission granted.
Thank you, sir. Order. Colors. Center. March. Color guard. Halt. Pose. Colors. Present. Colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order. Colors. Center. March. Center. March.
Thank you to Jennifer Charest for that national anthem. Please remain standing for the invocation by Pastor Chuck Carlson.
Let's bow our heads in prayer. Almighty God, we thank you for this blessed evening. We thank you for all the honorees that are here tonight. We thank you that you're a great and gracious God and that you cared for us all along the way. You're a God who cares for us and you look after us. And you've provided us with such great people in our community who not only serve their country, but they've served their community. Father, it's an honor for us to be here. Bless each one who is here and the honorees as well. And we pray that in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you all. You may be seated. First, we'll start out the evening with introducing the CEO of Canyon Vista Medical Center, Mr. Scott Avery. Sir.
Can you all hear me if I don't use the mic and don't use the podium? I think you can hear me okay, right? Well, I just want to say thanks to everybody for coming here tonight and to honor these fine veterans. November, every year in November, we gather and celebrate our service of our American service members. It's an especially poignant moment for myself as I have 3 children. I served as well. I spent 30 years in the military, and of my 3 children, 2 were born while I was deployed. Even more so, as we come up on November 11th, my son was born on Veterans Day while I was deployed. So it's a great honor for me personally. But tonight it's not about me, it's about these individuals that we're going to recognize. And so thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you've done for our nation. And thanks to all of you for coming out and joining us this evening. Thank you.
Next, I'll introduce the guest speaker. We originally went for requested Major General McPhail come and address you. However, with what's going on back in DC, it's affecting her travel, her ability to do things. So we went for the A team. And Mayor McCaw is going to step up and address the group, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this ceremony, this great occasion at our best medical facility, Canyon Vista Medical Center. A year ago, I sat where you're sitting right now, humbled, honored, and frankly, a bit overwhelmed to be recognized on this very wall. I remember looking at the names that preceded myself, one which was my dear wife, thinking about the weight of service they represented and wondering if my own contribution truly measured up to the company that I was joining. But here's what I've learned in this year since my induction. This wall isn't about measuring up. It's not about competition of valor or ranking of service. This wall is about a testament, a living memorial that says simply and powerfully, you serve, you matter, your sacrifice is not forgotten. Today we gather to welcome these new names to this wall of honor. And as your mayor, as a fellow veteran, and as someone who has spent the past year reflecting on what it really means to be remembered a hero, I want to share with you what this ceremony truly represents to me. Thank you seems insufficient. Sometimes it does. 2 small words to encompass years of service. Months away from loved ones, moments of fear, acts of courage, and daily choice to put country before self. But let me say it anyway. With all the weight those words can carry, thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for answering the call when so many could have looked away. Every name on that wall represents a story, a life interrupted, a family that was adjusted, dreams deferred. Some of you served in peacetime, maintaining the readiness that preserved peace. Others, like myself and First Lady McCobb, served in combat, carrying burdens that never fully lightened. Some came home, some didn't. Some has visible scars, wounds, others invisible scars that takes a lifetime to heal. Each path was different, but each was marked with the same fundamental commitment: duty over comfort, service over self. To the families here today, you also served. Let's be clear about that. Every missed birthday, every anxious night waiting for that phone call, every move to a new duty location, every conversation interrupted by deployment orders, that was your service too. The veteran in your life couldn't have served without you, holding things together at home. This wall honors them, but let us not forget, it also honors you. Canyon Vista Medical Center has given us something precious with this wall. In a world that moves fast and forgets faster, this wall stands and remembers. It creates a space where service is visible, where sacrifice is acknowledged, where community and country intersect in a way that reminds us our shared values, where patients and visitors walk these walls. Then they pause before that wall. They remember that freedom isn't free. I know the phrase that comes like a cliche, but that cliche exists because truth gets represented until it becomes familiar. The men and women on that wall are living proof of that truth. This year, as I walked this hall so many days, because my mom was on the second and third floor, I felt the weight of representation. I thought about what it means to be remembered, to be honored, to be a part of a collective story larger than an individual experience. I realized that this wall gives us a responsibility, not just to remember, but to live in a way that honors the values we serve to protect. As your names are added to this wall today, know that you join a brotherhood and sisterhood that transcends branch of service, era of service, length of service. You join a legacy of Americans who their country called, and you step forward. Some of you may feel, as I did last year, that you were just doing your job, that you don't deserve special recognition. Let me challenge that humility. When you did, what you did wasn't ordinary, even though it felt ordinary to you. You volunteered for uncertainty. You trained for scenarios you hoped you would never come to pass. You stood right, ready to write a check to your country for the amount up to and including your life. That's extraordinary, even when it's wrapped in the routine of daily duty. Canyon Vista Medical Center, thank you for creating this wall. Thank you for maintaining this space. Thank you for understanding that healthcare and honor go hand in hand. That healing a community means remembering its heroes, and that the wall of names can just be a vital to the community's well-being as to the medical treatment you provide. The names on this wall spans generations. They represent different wars, different challenges, different eras of American history, but they share a common thread, the thread of service, the thread of sacrifice, the thread of selflessness. Today, we weave new threads into that tapestry, making it richer, making it more complete, ensuring that another generation's service will be remembered. Being on that wall has taught me that honor isn't just about grand gestures or dramatic moments. It's about showing up day after day and doing what's needed to be done. It's about the quiet professionalism, the steady reliability, and unwavering commitment that define your service. Your service is seen. Your service is honored. Your names will stand alongside heroes because that's what you are. You're a hero. Not because you're perfect, not because you're a Superman, not because you're served with, but because you served when service was needed. Welcome to the wall. Welcome to this honored space. Welcome to the eternal gratitude of a community that will never forget. May God bless our veterans. May God bless Canyon Vista Medical Center. May God bless Sierra Vista. And may God continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Okay, I am going to now recognize the 2024 honorees. So I would ask you, please, to, as I identify you, please stand. No need to stay standing, accept the applause and the adoration of the family and friends. Audience, I will ask you to please hold your applause until all of the 24 nominees have been introduced. Okay? And for the 2024 honorees, your plaque will be delivered to you following tonight's event. Okay? Okay, 2024 honorees. First, we start with Charles Chuck Chambers. Are you available? Okay. Next one is Daryl Clounch. Jose Delgado.
That's my dad.
Yay! Linda Marie George Wisnam. Arthur Jones. Clea McCaw. Sarah Pacheco. Nedra Seeley. Benjamin Ben Thompson. Daniel Dan Valle. Michael Zaire. Thank you all very much and congratulations for your year of honoring, and let's continue that through the next year, all of us who are neighbors and friends. Okay, now we will begin the presentation of the 2025 honorees. So to begin, I request Mr. Scott and Ms. Hepburn to come to the front to congratulate each honoree. Allow me to introduce the honorees one at a time. I will provide a short introduction to each. It is absolutely not everything about them. It is absolutely just a hint so that you can look them up and find out what they've done for you and for me. Individuals will be introed as they walk to the front after I call your name. You may applaud and wildly cheer for your favorite as they are coming up. I will guarantee you I will speak more loudly. Scott and Margaret will salute the honoree. Okay, let's start out. We're going to go in alphabetical order. You ready? Okay. Louie Gunny Aviles. Louie is a personnel admin chief. The Oracle, otherwise known as Google, says he is the go-to leader and supervisor for all things administrative within a Marine Corps unit. Gunny's outgoing personality was proven by a Centurion Award, where he was awarded for military recruiting activity, having enlisted over 100 or more new Marines on a tour of 36 months. He is a key player for Boots for Our Troops, American Legion Riders, Bikers for Boots, Salvation Army, Echoing Hope, schools, and many other charitable organizations. Thank you, sir. Joe Farmer. Joe was born, raised, and armied in Missouri. He was born in Troy, completed basic training at Fort Leonard Wood. His service is pretty mysterious, with various international duty stations and meritorious medals for his service as a Morse code interceptor. His history is epitomized by the last line of his nomination letters. Under the title Significant Military Experiences, they wrote in, working at the NSA, period. Now, sir, you cannot come in here with that kind of one-line response and expect or not expect your eyebrows to go up. So I'm just warning you, people know now you work for the NSA. His heart is focused on the next generation. He served as Brenda High School teacher and volleyball coach, chair of the advisory board of the Salvation Army, Sunrise Rotary Club, and a volunteer tax preparation assistant and financial coach. He has consistently served as a worship leader, deacon elder at churches for over 15 years. He is a youth leader at his church. Thank you, sir. Congratulations. Polly Gosa. Between 1977 and 1979, Polly served as a medical supply specialist at Fort Riley, Kansas, with a combat support hospital. Since her discharge, she has fully dedicated herself to health care and education. She was identified as an outstanding student nurse at the University of Phoenix in 1977, and then later earned her MSN degree as RN. She's taught nursing at Cochise College for 8 years. She was the director of nursing for 3 years. She is a faith community nurse at the First Baptist Church. She has been a board director for the Legacy Foundation since 2018. She's on the board development and governance committee. Bless your heart for doing that. She is fair, impartial, dedicated, focused, and detail-oriented. Congratulations, ma'am. Donna Inman. Donna Jean served for over 8 years, finishing as a sergeant. She then moved to Fort Huachuca as a dental activity clinic administrator. She had many challenges. From my own personal experience, when you're trying to administer people who are interested in something as big as your little pinky fingernail, they're detail-oriented. So bless your heart for that. Her community involvement includes American Red Cross as the office manager, course trainer, and disaster service health manager. She has deployed to 10 natural disasters. She was recognized with a 25-year service pin in 1991. As well as the Girl Scout, she earned a 20-year service pin. Following the 9/11 attack, Donna organized and led a trip to Washington, D.C., where Girl Scout families were able to visit the Pentagon. She was the president of the Pueblo del Sol Parent Teacher Association. She is the president of the Women's Army Corps Veterans Association, and she's very active in Cochise Cowboy Poetry and Music Gathering, managing over 50 volunteers in support of the event. She herds cats. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Frank Liebsch. Frank is a retired sergeant major who served in Kansas, Massachusetts, Germany, Germany, Texas, Virginia, Hawaii, and Fort Huachuca. He has an electrical engineering BS from the U of A. His civil service was as a computer engineer for 23 years at Fort Huachuca. He was a project manager of cybersecurity and info systems. He is the main power behind Sierra Vista Veterans Memorial Improvement Fund. He is or has served as the fund's treasurer, webmaster, public affairs officer, ticket sales, and sergeant at arms. If you have any time to lend, contact Frank. He has served with the Knights of Columbus, a very senior position that enables him to mentor and lead from behind in the proper sense of the word. He is very involved in acting on his beliefs. His liturgical services to the members of his church is a blessing to his fellow parishioners. Congratulations, sir. Jerome Loucks. Jeremy served as enlisted in 1953 at Fort Richardson, Alaska, and he served for 29 years, earning the Vietnam Cross of Gallantry for his combat service as a telecommunications tech. He came to the area and founded Pops and Sons Ryder Truck Rental, knowing that quality work, customer service, convenience, and low cost and hard work would keep them local. His mindset of working 7 days a week to build his customer base helped him to create a thriving business with a family feel. He's a member of the Chamber of Commerce, SIRP now, as he knew that networking with other businesses and community leaders would create a strong local economy. He brought and developed other local businesses to town because he experienced the gratification of being part of this welcoming community. He wanted to move one of his sons back to town, so he developed property for a driving range and miniature driving golf course, which 2 of his sons managed. He had balloons and more for his eldest daughter. He sponsored numerous Little League teams. He has supported the Buena Golf team, and he is a sponsor of the local chapter of Ducks Unlimited Hunting Education for Youth. He is very involved in our community. Congratulations, sir. Thank you. WilliM McCormick, Major, orthopedic surgeon. He did a lot of work at Beaumont Army Medical Center in El Paso, his internship. He was at Fort Bliss as a clinic director. The thing that touched my heart is that Dr. McCormick served at Carrie Tingley Hospital in TRC, where my sister was treated. Don't know by him, but she was treated at Tingley Hospital. That's a great place. He should be recognized for the impact that he has had on worthwhile funds in the past years. Tonight, we recognize him for his life of service. He's run clinics locally. He's run many clinics for children. He served on the city council and as mayor pro tem. He either developed or made come to life the Hug-a-Tree process so that children, if lost in the desert, know what to do, possibly saving lives of our children. He's organized, planned, led, filled in where needed, worried over, and maybe played in several charity tennis tournaments. Congratulations to Major McCormick. Brenda Petitt. Brenda entered active duty in February of 1974 and was a Spec 4 food inspector for food service. As the food service director, Brenda addressed the students' nutritional needs, but also fostered I went too fast. She served as the food service director at the schools, at the Palomino School District, as she addressed students' nutritional needs. In 2013, Brenda transitioned into the real estate sector. She joined the SIRP board in 2020 and was a chair, and she assumed the role of chair of the Military Community Alliance Committee. She's dedicated years as a Cub Scout leader. She has organized people to carry out a wide range of community service projects, including Good Neighbor Alliance, Echoing Hope Ranch, Harvest Festival, Lori's Place, Sierra Vista Cemetery, and the Four Gash House Women's Shelter. Since 1984, and probably before, Brenda has provided compassionate care and support for developmentally disabled children and adults. As the president of her church women's organization, she guides people to serve over 1,200 women and she guides efforts to support both the spiritual growth and temporal needs of her community. Congratulations, Matt. Thank you. WilliM Polowski. WilliM is an Air Force retiree from 2014. He led 8 engineers in analyzing U.S. aircraft vulnerability to and capability against infrared missile threats. He's also the lead engineer using and modifying complex infrared equipment, computer models, and coordinating the future tri-service computer modeling plan. He has authored 10 publications improving electronic countermeasures. One of his authorship articles that he wrote caught my eye: computer-aided breast cancer detection and diagnosis of masses using difference of Gaussians and derivative-based feature saliency. Ask him. Ask him. He has a long history of local food bank support. He is a church youth minister, impacting over 100 youth per year. He's high school youth and middle school youth and American Heritage Girls Group support is well known. He's involved in the Discovery Forum Alliance, which is an ecumenical group of Christian churches. He supports community-wide activities, including Community Fair, Easter Sunrise Service, and the Community Father of Life. He was ordained as a deacon in 2021, and he's very active in the Knights of Columbus. He is an Air Force Association board member and all the work that goes with that. Thank you, sir, for your service. Lawrence Portouw. Lawrence earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Atmospheric Sciences from Oregon State University, the Beavers. He earned a Master of Science in Strategic Intelligence at the National Intelligence University. He is a graduate of the Army War College, master's degree in Strategic Studies. He served as the Deputy G2 NetCom at Fort Portouw. He has been employed by the largest nonprofit charitable foundation in the United States, and I'm going to murder this, Patel Foundation Memorial Institute as a senior intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance research scientist. He is the coordinator of the Experimental Aircraft Association chapter and is an active Young Eagles pilot introducing children to aviation. He has flown more than 260 local children since its inception. He is a board member and webmaster for the Sierra Vista Aero Association, twice a board member and a president of Fort Portouw 50. He has served as an appointee of the governor to the Upper San Pedro Water District Organizing Board and as an ex officio board member of the Apache Heritage Foundation and as a board member for the Arizona Veterans Charity Boots for Our Troops. Thank you for your service. Ruth Quinn. Ruth was released from active duty in 1985. She was a sergeant electronic warfare, signals intelligence voice interceptor in Korean language. She has served on the CVMC Board of Trustees as the secretary and governance chair. She has survived, I wrote this, so bear with me. She has survived 5 chiefs of staff, 4 full-time CEOs, 3 CNOs, and 2 COOs. Bless your heart. She is a vocal supporter of the staff and medical team, showing up at leadership retreats, hospital recognition ceremonies, recruitment dinners, and on and on and on. She was an intern and a volunteer in history from the University of Arizona South and served at the Fort Portouw History Office, developing a curriculum for the military history education program. Excuse me. She conducted historical research on military intelligence chronology and continued to work as a historian for 3 years. She co-chaired the Sierra Vista Community of Excellence Political Action Committee to get a school budget override on the ballot. She volunteers at Cantor, Cochise Area Network of Therapeutic Equestrian Resources, and took great joy in watching the face of children with disabilities and special needs transform when they interact with a horse. Congratulations, thank you, Matt. Ron Roberts. Ron Roberts came to us from Des Moines, Iowa. He enlisted in February of '72 and after 20 years of service retired at Fort Huachuca as a E7. He was a digital equipment maintenance chief and served in Kentucky, Korea, Germany. He is credited with an experience history of, quote, Directorate of Information Management above Corps Operations Officer. I don't know how he fit that on his nameplate on his desk, but it's a pretty impressive title, I think. He has been, impressive-wise, has been a DAV driver, Disabled American Veterans driver, with over 250,000 miles since 1994. The people that he transported had a trustworthy friend and a compatriot and a sensitive listener. He has served as the commander of DAV for several iterations. As the transport coordinator, he also was herding cats while keeping to a schedule that is chiseled in stone by some GS2 at the hospital, making up the appointment lists. So he kept to those appointments, he got people there on time and got them out on time. He's a DAV representative of the Joint Service Club. He's also a Boy Scout and Girl Scout leadership positions on Fort Huachuca. Congratulations, sir, and thank you. That completes our list of honorees. I will reintroduce Margaret Hepburn, the Chief Executive Officer of the Legacy Foundation of Southeast Arizona, to provide some remarks.
Well, that was fast, wasn't it? I don't know if the mayor is still here. Is he gone? Or?
Yes, ma'am. Right here.
Oh, there you are. I'm recognizing you. And other distinguished guests. Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you very much for being here this evening and honoring our Veteran Wall recipients. As we, thank you, John. As we conclude tonight's event, I want to thank and congratulate all of our awardees. You know, through your military service, your courage and your sacrifice and your community service, you've made this a world and our communities far better places to be. No words could ever express how much that means, and we honor you today and in the future. So in appreciation for all of our wonderful 2025 Veteran Wall recipients, and actually for all of our veterans and any active duty personnel who are here today, let's have another hearty round of applause. This event takes a great deal of planning and preparation. Jim Claney has already expressed appreciation for some of those involved, and I'd like to add the thanks of the Legacy Foundation Board and staff to everyone who participated in making the evening a success. In particular, the members of the Veterans Wall Committee and the people who supported that committee. So would the committee please stand up and be recognized? I wanted to actually recognize, I thought one of our veterans would be here tonight, Dr. Lanny Cope, and he didn't sneak in the back there, did he? I don't think he did. But Dr. Cope is in his 90s, used to serve on the Legacy Foundation board. He's a recipient, by the way, He's an awardee of the Veterans Wall. And every year since the beginning, he has taken all the raw data that are provided by your nominator and put it together into a way for the host or the MC to present you to the group. So Lonnie's not here, but I wanted to recognize him anyway for all that work that he has done over the years. And also the volunteers who came earlier. Thank everybody. Thank you for your service as well. So this is the 10th anniversary of the Veteran Wall celebration. Hard to believe, 10 years has passed. And I always like to hark back to the creation of this event, because it was during the building of this hospital 13 years ago, actually, that the decorating committee of the construction group came up with the idea of somehow honoring our military in the new hospital. And from these early discussions, the idea of the Veterans Wall was born. It's a joint project between Canyon Vista Medical Center and the Legacy Foundation of Southeast Arizona. So many veterans have been honored over the years. So many hours of service have been recognized, both military and community, and so much community support for the event. This is an amazing community legacy shaped by everybody who's been involved from the very beginning. And as we continue that legacy, I know it's very early, but I want to remind everybody that nominations for next year's event are available. You can do it now on the websites. Both the Canyon Vista Medical Center and the Legacy Foundation have websites that are updated regularly, and you can find all the information that you need there. And I do want to recognize one other person, because if you want to go back and look at the history of this event from the very beginning, 10 years ago, you can do that on the Legacy Foundation's website. And that's all due to Susan Richards. Where is Susan? Where's your hand? Well done, Susan. Now, all that remains for me to say is really thank you, Jim, for being an excellent Master of Ceremonies. We'll give you a round of applause. Thank you to all of our veterans. If there's any active duty servicemen and women here today, thank you for being here. And thank you for your military service and your community service, because that's what this event recognizes, both your military service and your community service. And thank you to the families that support the military every single day. Thank you, Scott, for hosting, and Canyon Vista for hosting this evening. And thank all of you for coming out and helping us celebrate with our awardees this year. Thank you.
Before I call for the retiring of the colors, I want to let you all know, if you didn't know, that a 2018 Wall of Honor honoree passed away yesterday, Mr. Stu Carter. So please keep his family in your thoughts and prayers. And I thank God that he brought him to us and he lived in our community and served us. Okay, please rise for the Tombstone High School JROTC Color Guard as they retire the colors of our nation and state.
March time. March. Left turn. March. Present. Arms. Permission to retire the colors?
Granted.
Thank you, sir. Order. Colors. Center. March. Color guard. Pull. Present. Arms. Retire. Colors. Center. March. Center. March.
Please, first off, I want everyone to look at this card. Pay attention to this card. This card has every bit of information you need for next year's nomination. Find the card. They're out there on the welcome-in table. Make use of it. Your neighbors, your family, you know people who serve this community and were veterans. So please consider that. Join me as we thank both the Canyon Vista Medical Center and the Legacy Foundation of Southeast Arizona for organizing, hosting, and guiding this tribute. Thank you all for attending and appreciating 12 of our veteran neighbors who have done amazing things throughout their years of service to the nation and to our home. Thank you to those of you who submitted the names and history of this year's honorees. Well done. The rest of us, consider your neighbors, friends, and family. I strongly recommend that you seek out the 2026 application. Thank you to the honorees for being you. You are all leaders, laborers, guides, and coaches. Above all, you serve as role models. Sierra Vista and our nation have been blessed by your service. Please join us for light refreshments and a reception in the hall. Thank you all.
And it concludes our coverage of the 2025 Veterans Wall ceremony here at Canyon Vista Hospital in Sierra Vista. Our coverage brought to you by Ed Morse Automotive Group. Cochise County is now backed by